myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Ends his final game with a walk-off single.
Here's the drive to left. That one is long gone.
Welcome to the Hung Up Podcast.
Michael just died peacefully at his desk. All right.
Me, Michael, with me as always. Yes, man.
What up?
Steve Ford.
I'm gonna ask how's it going. Are you dying peacefully at your desk? Should I call somebody?
We're not brought to you by Pepsi Zero, but it almost killed me.
Oh God, it's a lot Pepsi. Should sue
We're
them.
down the wrong hole.
See if they'll give you the jet. Do you remember that Netflix documentary about the guy with the Pepsi points?
One of the Harrier jet?
He tried to get the jet.
Well, in his defense, they were like,
No.
oh, it was a joke. It's like, that's weird because you didn't make
weird,
it pull it off as a joke. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody, I don't think they thought that he'd actually like cash that shit in.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do, right? You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, your lips to God's ears.
Yeah. Well, here we are.
Steve, big show underway,
It's a
right?
big shoe. It's a big show. Yes.
Our season preview / prediction show.
Always a favorite for us, right?
Always. This time I
Yep.
got last year's predictions pulled up. It's going to be interesting to see.
Oh God. We have some real winners on that one.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's some good
Yeah.
ones. I mean, we nailed
Oh.
some, right? And then others,
Okay.
it was like, what the fuck were we thinking? Looking
It
at
was
some
really
of
like-
yours predictions.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait to get into some of your predictions, which is interesting. But
Oh,
spring training. Let's go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's some good ones. I'm the guy who picked Lucas Giolito for Cy Young. So
Hey, man, sometimes we all have those picks, right? I mean, there's times where you'll pick the Baltimore Orioles to win the World Series.
Oh, Jesus, come on.
And there's times where I thought the White Sox would go
I was
on a
gonna say,
magical run.
You were hanging on the White Sox before. You're like, all right, this is the year. I'm finally giving up
Dude.
on them.
Yeah, I invested in that stock. I bought into that stock way too soon and didn't cash
Yeah.
out because it
You're
never
you're like
brought me
Enron
anything.
right there. Jesus.
Yeah. As soon as Luis Robert flopped, I fucking jumped off that ship. I was like, I'm
Don't
done with
blame
this
you
shit.
there. But as we record, there's a game tonight, right? Yankees,
There's a game.
Yankees, Giants
Netflix.
on Netflix.
Opening day is today, which is cool because we don't always record on opening day or an opening
No.
day game. It's always like near it or
Yep.
around it or some bullshit.
Yeah, we're sniffing the butthole of opening day on this one.
We're sniffing in the old butthole, maybe the taint of opening day.
There we go.
I'm interested to see Netflix's broadcast, if I'm being completely honest, because remember, Apple rolled out their Friday night baseball. Very
Mhm.
cool. Their big thing was look at our cameras. Their CGs were sus. Their
Yep.
computer graphics and stuff. Not a big
Yep.
fan of what Apple brought there, but I loved their cameras. I mean, it's very cinematic.
Yep.
Netflix, I mean, they're coming off of, remember that dude who climbed the tower?
Oh, yeah.
They're coming off boxing events. I mean, they know how to do
They did some
sports.
football, right? Yeah, I think they
Right.
some NFL. I'm just curious. Hopefully it doesn't crash because remember the first few Netflix live events and like there's so much saturation on the bandwidth that the fucking thing just like
Slowed
collapsed the
down.
site. Yeah,
Pissed everybody right off.
So hopefully they figure out all that shit, which it seems like they have. But they've done a lot more live events since then. So it seems like
Yeah.
they got that shit under control.
They do, man. I mean, we watched Netflix grow before our eyes from
Yep.
the days of DVDs and turning
Oh
them
my
in.
God.
And
And Blockbuster having the chance to own them, but saying, "No, we don't need you guys."
yeah, Netflix,
You know,
calm down. Netflix ain't going anywhere.
Netflix ain't
And
going.
they're a small outlet that's not going to do much. Wow.
Yeah.
Redbox took your balls, and
Yep.
well, Netflix took the rest.
Netflix. I was gonna say Netflix. So before further ado, we kick off our season predictions. Shall we hear a word from the penny sleeper?
Let's fucking do it.
All right. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned card enthusiast, the Penny Sleever is your one-stop shop for all your card protection needs. They carry everything from classic regular sleeves and versatile top loaders in multiple thicknesses, 35 point, 55 point, 75 point, 100 point, and beyond, to premium magnetic card holders and specially graded card sleeves perfect for PSA and SGC slabs. Need resealable bags, team bags, vintage sleeves, or colored top loaders? They have over 71 products in stock, all priced to help you build and protect your collection without breaking the bank. And now they're offering an exclusive promotion just for you. First-time buyers can get 10% off their entire order with promo code LONGGONE. Just visit thepennysleever.com and use that code at checkout. Don't let your valuable cards go unprotected. Shop the Penny Sleever today and see why collectors trust them with their most prized possessions. The Penny Sleever. Premium protection, penny pinching prices. Yeah, I mean, I say it every week. I love the folks there at Penny Sleever. Great people to work with. I mention it a lot, but affordable shipping. You spend $59 or less, it's a $7 flat rate. Anything more than that, it's free shipping. So, you look at shipping at high cost of everything out there right now. It's good to know that your shipping isn't going to be outrageous here. So, love those folks at Penny Sleevers, and just love that they're part of our show here.
Yeah, I mean, affordable, and like I said, it's quality. I think that's first and foremost when I want to protect my cards. So it is definitely quality. But Steve, in saying that, bro, I'm excited for this year. I'm finally, the season's come underway. I mean, we're doing our season predictions. We're into Fantasy Factory now. Very much looking forward to that. Obviously, I got a gripe to talk to you about, which we're going to do on air. Pretty sure you can guess what that is.
Oh, I believe I do. And if I can quote the chat during the draft, I believe you said that I'm dead to you now after.
Yes,
after what
Steve is dead to me now. We'll find out why. He's fantasy
Later
dead
on.
to me. But last year I did the NL. Steve did the AL. We like to break the leagues up for our listeners, for our new viewers. Steve and I, we take a league, we swap every year, and then we do our predictions. Steve, we kick off with teams of note, headlines, teams of note, all eyes on, sleepers, top 3 rookies, comeback player, one hot take. Steve, kick us off with your top headlines for the NL heading into the 2026 season. Going to be a good one.
Like you said, I'm doing the NL here. Let's take a quick look here at my top headlines going into the season. All right, I always love coming up with these headlines. I feel like I'm on the old Leno show where he had his little segment headlines. So first one here, you know what? I'm going to take a little hockey lingo and put it into baseball. The Dodgers are going for the hat trick.
Ooh,
I mean, you gotta obviously the Dodgers are head and shoulders above everyone else when it comes to talent on rosters, money spent, production, everything like that. So they're going for that third straight World Series. You haven't seen anything like that, I think, since the late 90s Yankees there, that Yankees dynasty. So they're definitely getting into a little bit of sacred territory there. So we'll see if they can do that. They're definitely betting odds to do it again here. So we'll keep an eye on the Dodgers. Second headline I'm looking at is the Mets. Comet. We'll play on words there.
You really went for it.
I did. Mets, Comet, de Bichette.
Let's go.
Can the major signing of Bo Bichette, can he lead them back to the playoffs? Because you look at last year, they picked up Juan Soto. They're like, all right, they pretty much punched their ticket to the playoffs. Well, guess what? They didn't punch their ticket to shit. They ended up sitting back home in October. So, they piled on a little bit more with the big contract with Bo Bichette. We'll see if that signing can finally get them over the top and get them back into the playoffs and contending for a World Series here. Third headline that I'm looking at is, talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates. We talked about them a lot during, our hot stove session. They, should have heard the rumors, but they actually fulfilled some of the rumors there. So my third headline is Buccos spending some bucks. Will an aggressive offseason bolster the Pirates into contention? I'm not talking World Series contention. I'm talking about, will they be playing meaningful games here in August to get ready for, a potential wild card berth here? Did they do enough to get them into that? And, we'll probably talk, more on that later.
Steve, going back to the headlines just real quick.
Sure.
Love your Pittsburgh. Your Pittsburgh. I know you're high on them this year. with them spending money, great. I mean, I think, and especially with some of your predictions coming up, I can't wait to get into that a little bit more. But moving over to teams of note. This is extra teams that you haven't quite talked about in the headlines that we should maybe look into a little bit. And they're kind of like sub-headlines. What do you got?
So yeah, my teams to know. I'm going to piggyback on what I said about Pittsburgh and go with the Pittsburgh Pirates. They've added Brandon Lau and in the trade, and then Ryan O'Hearn signing to help boost their offense, and they're getting some youth in there with Connor Griffin and Bubba Chandler, who's a beast. He's going to be a great 1-2 punch with Paul Skeens there. So Pirates are a team of note there. In a division in general, I'm looking at the NL East. They're stacked. You got the Mets, who I talked about earlier, with the signing of a Pichette, getting them better. Phillies, who are, always in it. They brought the band back together, so to speak, bringing back Real Muto and Schwartz and all that stuff. And then the Atlanta Braves, they're coming off a subpar season, but they have a healthy Ronald Acuna. And, I think everyone's looking at Atlanta being back in contention there too. So it's a very, very stacked NL East. So just curious to see how all that shakes out. And can the Brewers continue their string of NL Central titles? We talk about Houston. It's always never count out the Astros. It seems like never count out the Brewers when it comes to, figuring things out. They lost Craig Counsell. They brought in, new manager, new cast of characters there, and they fucking won the division again. So we'll see if they can continue that. And, obviously, get further in the playoffs is always a big spot for them, but can they continue this string of division championships? So those are a few teams that I'm looking at of note right now.
Yeah, I mean, all eyes definitely, when you look at these teams of note, I mean, I'm the Phillies and Braves, it's like you have it as kind of like a footnote, but it's like a really big footnote, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Because I mean, you're two teams that are in very similar circumstances in terms of they need to prove the moves they've made over the last few years are legit, right? I mean, the Braves moving on from Freddie Freeman and and everything that the Phillies, the big signings, the money spent. I mean, it all has to come to fruition, right?
Yep.
So very, very interesting. Steve, who are all the eyes on looking into the season? The picking players. Who are all the eyes on looking into the 26 season with the NL? What do we got?
Let's do it. I mean, I'm going with the roster in general. I think all eyes are on the Dodgers. This team's stacked. They brought in Kyle Tucker to go with an already explosive lineup here. I think all eyes are up and down that roster because this team's stacked again and ready to bring it back and do another, win another World Series and keep this thing going. I also have eyes in the NL here on Paul Skeens and his quest for back-to-back Cy Young awards. I mean, Tarek Skubal did in the AL. Tarek Skubal could potentially be going for the hat trick for Cy Young's going for 3. But Paul Skeens and his quest, Rookie of the Year, his first year Cy Young award this past season. What's he going to do in year number 3? Can he do it again? And then Shohei Ohtani definitely going into piggybacking on the Dodgers, definitely going into uncharted territories as he's looking for. Get this, his 4th straight MVP, and I'm not a betting man, but looking online at the odds, he's odds-on favorite to do it again. So those are just a few players and a team in general that I have my eyes on, and I'm guessing that everyone else does as well.
Yeah. Okay, so if he does get 4, that will be the first player since Barry Bonds from 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004 to win 4 straight MVP awards, which is
unbelievable.
I mean, that puts you in he's already in a different atmosphere when it comes to players, right? Major League Baseball players of all time, but that will just catapult him even farther. Steve, looking at your sleepers, who do we got that we should be looking at sleepers? Not necessarily fantasy sleepers, just sleepers in general for teams that low risk, high reward kind of guys looking into the season that we shouldn't sleep on, but will be slept on.
Well, I'm going to go with starting with Luis Robert Jr. On a new team here. He got traded from the White Sox over to the New York Mets. I mean, the Mets already have a lot of big names on their team with Soto and Lindor and now Bo Bichette. So, this will be, when he was at the White Sox, he was really just the face of that franchise. And now he, can kind of blend in and, get this fresh start and be himself. So looking at Lou Bob as a sleeper, Michael Busch with the Cubs. Had a solid year last year. Let's see if he can, bring it back, continue to build on that. Because again, he's not like the face of that franchise either, so he can just kind of do his thing. Brenton Doyle, I mentioned a Rocky. There ain't much going on there with the Rockies, but Brenton Doyle is one of those bright spots because we all know Chris Bryant ain't one of them bright spots. But Brenton Doyle is another guy I'm looking at. Really great outfielder there with the Rockies, and then Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers. You don't hear that name that often. Very young pitcher coming up here, so I'm very curious to see what he can do in that rotation. Another one would be Jordan Lawler of the Diamondbacks. Quietly can put together some solid numbers, and then Sal Stewart there in Cincinnati. You don't hear much about him, but he I think can definitely have a really good season here as the Reds try to get back into the postseason for a second straight year. So those are just a few of the sleepers that I'm looking at in the NL.
Yeah, I'm not buying Lou Bob. You hurt me too much, Steve. Doesn't that signing remind me of, or that trade remind you of Starling Marte? Like when they had Starling
really
Marte?
Does. Yeah. No, now that you mention it, it totally does.
They're very much the same kind of player with high ceilings that never quite met their ceilings.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, and Michael Busch, this guy, we know who he is. I like Michael Busch. I think he's kind of a fantasy, like roller coaster ride, but we kind of know who he is. He's going to hit for power a lot. Not the average kind of sucks, but he's a guy that you can plug and play. I just got MLB The Show, the new one, and I've been playing for the last couple of days. And speaking of the Rockies, Brenton Doyle is their highest rated Rocky on that roster. Did you know Chris Bryant? I mean, have the mighty fallen. He's a 61 rating on that fucking.
Are you serious,
dude? He is. He starts the team like when you start franchise. Yeah. He starts out in fucking AAA.
Oh my gosh,
dude, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. And Sal Stewart, just a quick note. I think he might be the next Freddie Freeman. I'm not saying he is.
Okay.
But he has a lot of Freddie Freeman traits.
You're hitting a hot take here before we even got to the hot take section.
Oh, shit. Okay, but before we do that, Steve, you had your top 3 rookies this year. Who are your top 3 we should be looking out for?
I'm going back to the Mets. I'm going to go with Nolan McLean. Keep an eye on him. If you're looking at the odds, he's definitely up there for Rookie of the Year odds there for the Mets. Second would be Bubba Chandler. The guy's, if you thought Paul Skeens threw fast, he's definite Robin to Paul Skeens Batman as far as speed and strikeouts. Yep. He's definitely a pitcher to look out for. And then JJ Weatherholt for the Cardinals, who has just announced he did make the opening day roster. So we got a new chapter starting for the Cardinals, and I think this is a great player to start that next chapter with. So those are just three rookies to keep an eye on in the NL this season.
Love all 3 of those rookies. All of them have high ceilings. All of them have shown they could do it in the minors. Absolutely. What do we have for a comeback player? You got one comeback player that we're given. What do you got? Who's going to come back from the depths of hell?
Well, this guy's pretty far down into hell here. I mean, this is a guy who was, in the Cy Young talks for a long time and is just basically fallen off a cliff. I mean, he was in trade talks, but nobody fucking wanted him, this past season. So, there's nowhere to go but up, right? And I'm going to go with Sandy Alcantara for the Miami Marlins here. The guy has, pretty much been a turd sandwich the last couple of years here, but I'm looking at him to turn it around. There ain't much going in Miami right now, right? So, you got to have some shining stars. So I'm looking at Sandy Alcantara as my comeback player in the NL.
How fitting the abbreviation for Miami's MIA.
MIA, because they are fucking MIA.
Well, he's been MIA. He's been MIA. So here's hoping he comes back to that Cy Young caliber play that he had. Steve, the big one to end your NL preview, one hot take. Give me one hot take that's going to knock me on the floor.
Okay, get ready. You ready for this? You holding on to your chair?
Yep.
The Pittsburgh Pirates will secure a wild card spot this year. Now, I know, right? We'll hear more about the Pirates again later on in our rapid fire. But
I thought you were going to say Don Kelly is your father or something.
Oh, dude, that'd be dope, right, man? Imagine Don I couldn't have. There could be worse choices for a dad, right, than Donnie Kelly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don Kelly's my father. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's shift from the NL here, Mike, to the AL. You have the AL this year. Definitely. more wide open. I mean, basically the NL is the Dodgers, and then a bunch of teams that are trying to take the Dodgers off their throne. The AL is a little bit more wide open. What are some top headlines that you're looking at in the American League this year?
Every league has their low-hanging fruit, which you and I easily took. The Dodgers going for the hat trick. Easy headline right there.
Right.
What's my easy headline? Skubal's final act. That's the headline. Probably his last time suiting up for the season for the Detroit Tigers as a Detroit Tiger. Can he do it? Can he win the Cy Young? Can he take him to the World Series? So many high expectations for this Tigers team.
Yep.
He didn't really perform in the offseason. I mean, they brought Framber Valdez. There's a couple good ones in there, but they didn't really secure the lineup, right? I mean, the hitting, which was a big problem at the end of last year, midway through and all the way through last year. So, Skubal's final act. That's my headline. We'll see how it goes. That's something you and I have been talking about all offseason. My next headline is Youth Movement Leads Next Gen.
Okay.
Caminero, Jack Caglione, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt, we've been talking about, Riley Green, Roman Anthony, Marcelo Mayer, and the list goes on and on and on. The youth is now here, right? The Mike Trout, the Nolan Arenado, the Mookie Betts, they're dropping to the old men of the game. Now you're bringing forth the guys who are leading the game, right? Yep. The Bryce Harpers are suddenly the old men. Now you got the youth movement. Now here come the stars. Witt's already established himself as a star. Gunnar Henderson, he's borderline, right? I mean, he needs to have a better year than he had last year to kind of skyrocket to that star status. But it's interesting to see. I mean, right now the stars of the game are Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, but these guys are getting older. So these next gen players are the ones we're looking out for. The Paul Skeens, these guys are the next ones to take over the league and be the headline. So that's one we're looking at this year. And then last is, Canada. Toronto. Toronto's follow-up without Bo. That's a big one. And I'm going to talk more about it later on, Steve, but that's a big one. Can they bounce back from a defeat in the World Series, and what will that look like without Bo Bichette and some key pieces?
Yeah, and they were so close in that World Series. What were they talking?
They were,
like,
Steve.
3 outs away or so, 3-2 outs away, and they clutch defeat from the jaws of victory right there.
Yes.
It felt like. But I'm curious with Skubal and also these expectations for the Tigers. What will happen if they get off to God forbid they get off to a slow start.
Yeah,
then it's all right. Are we going to trade this guy? How's this going to, what's going to happen here? So,
But in Detroit, where all us fans are the same in Detroit.
Yep.
We always fucking freak out way too early.
Oh, yeah,
everything's
we're good at that.
Because we know what it's like to be the bottom of the shit pool, right?
Yep.
So it's like we always freak out. Like, we're like, oh my God, the world's going to end. And that's what it's going to be. The Tigers start out slow. We're going to have some fucking Tigers fans jumping ship and killing themselves.
Yeah, exactly. It's so true. Get the bullets out.
Get the bullets out.
So, let's look at some of the teams of note here. I mean, there's a lot of teams to look at here in the American League. What are some teams of note? Who do you see as some teams to look out for here?
I think KC is a team to look out for. I think Cole Reagans is going to have a bounce back year. I think KC, what they did was they're like, fuck it. We're going in. It's not going to be about signing the big free agents, because they really didn't do anything in the offseason. They're like, we're going to double down with what we did, and we're going to just ride it high. We're going to ride this team to fucking victory off the youth movement, which seems to be kind of like a normal thing, right? In the AL Central, everything's kind of like that in the AL Central. It's kind of crazy where it's like, we're just going to do this with the youth. So that's why they got Caglione and they got Carter Jensen, the next in line, to succeed, Sal Perez. And then what they have, they did pick up a Starling Marte and Lane Thomas and some of these guys, but I find it very funny, or not even funny, but I find it very interesting that a lot of teams in the AL Central are doing it with youth. They're like, listen, we're not going to do the whole big free agent signing thing. We're just going to, which the Tigers, I think, spent the most out of that division, which is crazy to even consider.
That is.
We think they didn't do shit, but so that's a team of note. KC, look out for them because they got to compete with the Tigers and the Guardians. Those are going to be two teams they're going to have to knocked from the top. So my other teams to note, the AL West tight battle between the Mariners, Astros, A's, and Rangers. Sorry, Halos.
So yeah, dude, that team blows. All right.
Yeah, I mean, every year, right, Steve? I mean, we've had those moments when they had their Shohei years, we're like, could they be good? And they weren't good. So, but the A's we figure are going to be a strong team. I mean, we talked next week, we're going to have, or the week after, we had our interview with somebody, with an A's fan who really was just kind of like showing us like what the A's are about, and we're all aboard.
Yeah,
so
that was a great interview.
And the Rangers, I don't think the Rangers are saying die yet. I mean, they're still built to win. We'll just see if they can stay healthy, even though they pedaled a couple pieces. But then the Astros, the Mariners, those teams are always at the top right now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And the last, I mean, the big one that no one's really, that we haven't mentioned yet, or that I haven't mentioned yet. Will Baltimore climb out of the gutter? I mean, they had a weird year last year. It was a regression for sure. Yep. But could they do what Toronto did, where Toronto regressed and then they shot back and then suddenly they're in the World Series? I think they're hoping to do that. And with a lot of the free agent signings they made in the offseason and the trades and that, I really do think Baltimore has a legitimate shot. And I mean, they're a hungry team. So we'll see if Adley and Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holiday and some of these young guys can take this team by the balls and just push them forward into the postseason play, which we expected them to do fully. So those are my teams of note.
Great teams. I am curious about Kansas City and just see, if they can compete with especially the Tigers, but also Cleveland. Yeah, I mean, and also the big thing is seeing what's going to happen with Baltimore, because last year was an absolute shit show. And something we did not expect. So,
not at all, bro.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what happens there. So we move from the teams of note to all eyes. So, who, players, you can talk about players in general. Who has your full attention? Who, all eyes on these particular people here, Mike? Who are you thinking?
Yeah, right off the gate, play that Undertaker music. Boston's graveyard at third base. I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, they said, fuck what we had. Devers was supposed to be the guy, right? And they moved on from him because they fell in love with Alex Bregman, and then Alex Bregman shuns them, and now they have nobody at third base. It's basically just a young team. So it's going to be interesting whether they move. I doubt Christian Campbell will go there. Marcelo Mayer, I don't know if he's ready. So, it's going to be interesting to see what Boston does to figure out third base. Julio Rodriguez taking the next step. We've been saying this for the next couple of years. We figured he took a really good step last year. This is the MVP season. This is where he starts putting up Ronald Acuna numbers. Will he take that next step? Because right now, I think he's a tier below star status, right? I mean, I do that with my baseball cards where it's like, no, you're not in the superstar book yet. You'll join Acuna and Vlad and some of these guys later on. He's not in that book yet. He's just not making it until he can get to that next step. Very solid year last year. Needs to get to that next step.
Yep, agreed.
And last but not least, Cal Raleigh's power. I want to know if last year was a fugazi. Is he going to consistently hit 40, 50, potentially 60 home runs again? I don't know. I don't think so. I think he'll stay in the 40 range. Yeah. But it's interesting to see how he progressed as a hitter that wasn't talked about a lot. And then suddenly he just broke on the street scene, and suddenly we're like, oh, yeah, Big Dumper's one of the best power hitters in the game, which didn't see that coming at all. So that's some eyes I think everybody will be looking at, seeing if he'll break some more catching records.
I wonder if Boston's still pissed about the whole Bregman thing, because I think they thought they had that baby in the bag, and then all of a sudden he goes to the Cubs. It's
Bregman's agent's a fucking shady man.
Yeah,
I think it's
Is he
Boris.
cooking the books?
I wouldn't fucking doubt it, man. I mean, it's player empowerment. I get it. I think Boston was more like okay with it, though. I don't think Boston cares. They're like, dude, we're going with the youth movement.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, and if Bregman's performance, in the World Baseball Classic is anything to, forecasting the future, I feel bad for the Cubs. And Boston
I don't think he's worth that contract.
Boston might have dodged a bullet. No, he's not. No, guy can't stay healthy show me when he plays a full season. I'm waiting.
Amen.
So moving from the eyes to eyes wide open to eyes wide closed. Who are some sleepers that you're looking at the American League for this year?
Yeah, right off the bat, man. We talked to Chirizi from the 108.
Yeah, dude.
Great podcast.
Such a great podcast. Great guy.
Great guy,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's high on some of these guys, but he's also very realistic. It is the Chicago White Sox. They did fool the whole fan base thinking that the last rebuild was going to work. So, my sleeper is Munetaka Murakami.
Okay.
First, third baseman. You look at his projected stats in fantasy, which got me to fall in love, and I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna get a late round on him, and I got him.
Smart idea, dude.
It is, but maybe it isn't, because Ohtani's been about the best Japanese player to come out in Yamamoto, but when you think about it, Steve, Seiya Suzuki's been okay, not as advertised. Masataka Yoshida was one of the best players since Ohtani, but he has so many MPB records. You thought he would have been the next Ohtani. I mean, Boston wants to peddle him, so I just
that's true. Yep.
I don't know. Like, in Murakami's all power, and if I remember right, Steve, we were like waiting. Okay, when are these Japanese players going to be signed? It got right to the posting day. Like, if you don't sign them, they don't play this season.
Yeah.
And they finally, the White Sox took a waiver on him. So I don't know. I mean, this is a big sleeper.
And that says
it does. And and the same thing with the next sleeper I have is Kazuma Okamoto. I really like him, but I don't think he's as prolific, or I don't think he's as good, or he's going to do as good as Murakami. Yeah. But he was supposed to be like, okay, well, we need another big bat since Bichette's gone, so we're bringing in Okamoto. I don't know. So all eyes, this probably should have been my all eyes thing, but I have these guys as sleepers because you can't count out MPB players. They're just, there's something different about them. So, and then next, which you're probably going to give me shit for, and I've always had this guy when I do AL, is fucking Mike Trout. Like, I'm just waiting for him to come back. He never said goodbye.
Come out of your coma. Yeah, he did say goodbye. He went out for smokes and just never came back, all right?
When are we going to get Mike Trout back, Steve? I feel like it's coming one day. I even had a dream about it the other day.
Did you really?
Did you see that video of him pulling his own fucking card that's worth thousands?
No.
Oh, dude.
Send that to me. Is it good?
Him and his son were opening packs of cards, and he's like, and he looks, and and he was like, it was totally legit. You can see the surprise in his face. Yeah. And he turns into it's an autograph picture, or it's an autograph Topps. I forgot the fucking card of himself. And in that card, I looked at, it was like, it's definitely a 5-figure card.
Wow.
And he was like fucking freaking out. It's like, he probably was the second person to ever touch that card when you think about it.
That's crazy.
Like, other than himself. Like, he signed it.
Signed it, and then he gets it back. Talk about a full circle moment.
I know, right?
You know, and also, Mike Trout, if he keeps an eye on that card on market movers, might make him want to play better, or else that price is going to continue to plummet.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
and he's playing right field this year, so maybe I tell you, I have him. I took 3 franchises in MLB The Show: the Rockies, Tigers, and the Angels.
Wow.
Mike Trout's pissing me off in center field. Just doesn't got the juice anymore.
Going to pedal him? You're trying to pedal him?
No, I'm going to keep him in right field because he's pissing me off at center. But he's doing great at hitting.
That's good.
Next is Shane McClanahan. I've been on this. I mean, he's been injured for the last 3 years. Just had so many rough breaks. But when he is healthy, he is one of the best pitchers in the game. I'm going to stick to that. I think he has more potential than Tyler Glasnow. Remember, who was with Tampa Bay, kind of had the same shit to his career, was really great, got injured, and then kind of disappeared, came back with the Dodgers, showed that he's great again, but it wasn't as great as he used to be. I think Shane McClanahan could go above and beyond that and really help Tampa Bay if they limit his innings right. This isn't a guy you can just throw out there for 100 pitches every time he starts. You can't do it. So, and Cole Reagans is another one. Cole Reagans has to have a bounce back year for KC, so a lot of pressure on him. I think he'll do it because he's their best pitcher. He's a sleeper. And last is Luke Keyshaw. This is a guy you build a franchise around. I think he's going to be a good leader. You and I are big on Luke Keyshaw, and I think he will be okay with Minnesota. His approach is a lot different. He seems to get it. He takes advantage of all of good pitches, which is what you want to see. Barrels everything up. A good start. Last year not great, but I think he'll catapult. So he's my sleeper. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And a couple of AL Centrals right there, and then I mean, like you said, who would have thunk that Mike Trout, how the mighty have fallen? We talk about that. It's gone to a sleeper pick now.
I know, dude.
When he used to be the face
it
of
bums
MLB.
me out.
It does.
Yeah.
Shit pisses me off. You know, really chaps my ass, Mike. All right.
Yeah, mine
'Cause
too.
We never got that goodbye.
We never did. He never gave us a chance to say goodbye.
And let us tell him what we really think of him and how much he means to us.
Yeah, like you said, he went out for fucking
went out for smokes
and never came back. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've seen the last show, but I got to show you something with considering smokes. I put like a Jim Leland smoke thing in there. It's hilarious. Anyways, everybody who's listening to this has probably already seen it, but yeah. Anyways,
yeah, you know me. You know, I have the most difficult time watching myself, but that's just me.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, but keeping on track here, let's talk about some rookies. Who are a few rookies that you have your eye on here in the American League?
Trey Savage for Toronto. I think he's going to blossom into their best pitcher potentially. I don't want to fully go Trey Savage yet because he is going to start the year on the IL. Mm-hmm. So we'll see where that goes. We don't know if it's going to turn into something more because they're kind of been kind of coy about it, kind of silent about it. But he has the stuff. I mean, he showed in the postseason. Yeah. Like, who is this guy? Wow. I mean, what a fucking prospect. And I think there's a lot of potential there. Definitely a top rookie. Jack, I have his Jack Caglione.
Jan.
Who's Jan Caglione? A lot of power. Let's hope the hitability comes up with it as well. Kind of an up and down spring, but proved that he's getting better at the end. So I'm all in though for Jack. I think Jack's going to be really good for KC. And the last, George Clausen for the Los Angeles Angels. I like Caden Dana for the Los Angeles Angels too. But Clausen, I think, is a little bit more of a refined piece. He's a little bit, I don't know. His control is really good. He can paint the corners at ease, and he can get himself out of situations. But not to take away from Dana, but I think Clausen, he could be pretty legit.
Wait. So you're telling me that there's future good pitchers here for the Angels?
There has to be. Let's hope that
clutch my pearls.
Off.
Yeah, clutch my pearls. I'm about to fall off the chair.
Yeah, me too. And I said it.
Let's see who's making a comeback for the ages here. Who's your comeback player in the American League?
This was tough. There was a lot of shitbags, dude. Could you talk
a lot of turds.
Shane McClanahan, Parker Meadows, but you got to start from somewhere of like they were great before, right? I can't just choose Parker Meadows because he had one good game for the Tigers in his entire fucking career. You know what I mean? So it's like,
piece of shit.
Right. So I went with the guy that started out good and then just progressively got worse, and sadly Rushman.
Ooh, yeah.
He was barely. I don't know if he got drafted in our league, but he was at like
he was
around in the last picks, you know.
Wow, are you serious?
Which you remember last year he was like, I think I took him in like the third or fourth round.
Yeah, man.
See, but it was like he doesn't even know how to play baseball. It was so crazy. He's a good behind the plate guy.
Yeah.
Call a good game. Really good catcher. Good defensive catcher.
A whole bunch of those people though. James McCann, Jake Rogers.
I know.
There's so many good defensive catchers who the pitching staff loves him and call a great game, but can't hit for shit.
He was supposed to be different.
Yeah, he was supposed to be different, and he showed flashes of hitting well.
Yeah.
I mean, hence you said he was a higher round draft pick in fantasy last year.
Yeah.
Man.
Former number one pick in 2020. Yep. I mean, this guy was supposed to be, remember, the foundational piece for the Orioles before Gunnar Henderson and that. And he was supposed to be the catcher to be able to hit, be like a Cal Raleigh guy. Yep. And he just, man, last year was so disheartening. I had him on my team, and it was just like, dude, you fucking suck. Offensively. Offensively, just a fucking wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's his girlfriend. He broke up with his girlfriend at the beginning, or she broke up with him, or I think it was her. He broke up with her. Beginning of last year, everybody's like, look at him. He gained more muscle. This dude's turning it around. Dude, I don't know what happened, but maybe he needs to go back with her.
Together with her, all right?
Yeah, because that was a sad sack fucking year he had last year.
And the up-and-coming people more than me. Don't the Orioles also have a catcher in the waiting here in case Rushman keeps sucking ass?
Yeah.
Or another guy coming up.
Samuel Basello.
There we go,
Basello. Yeah, and he's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, good luck, Adley. Well, you look to be another one of those. Yeah. You look to be one of those faces of baseball as well, and you didn't even have your Mike Trout moments. You've just straight up sucked ass here recently. So
amen to that. You look to God's ears.
Yeah, I'm gonna clutch clutch my chair here from falling off. What's one hot take that that we can have from you where You're gonna blow my mind here with this one. So let's hear it.
I don't know if you're ready for this one.
Okay, I'm clutching the handles of my chair. All right.
Okay, my hot take for the 2026 season for the AL: Toronto will miss the playoffs and regress.
Doing that guy from Star Trek, the shaking guy.
Black dude.
That
Holy
was a
shit! We used all the time back.
Oh,
in there.
dude, that's so, we don't use it enough anymore. Like we've gotten on the Bateman one. We don't use the Robert Redford one as much with him doing the nod, and then we don't use the black Star Trek guy much anymore. So
or the Denzel, that boom,
or the Jack Nicholson with the yeah.
Zooms in on his face.
Yeah, gotta circle those babies back around. Wow, so you're talking about a team that came within an eyelash of winning the World Series, and you're saying they're going to completely miss the playoffs and regress.
They lost a lot, man.
They did.
They lost
not just Bo Bichette.
Not just Bo Bichette. I think with Chris Bassett being gone, Ty France, whatever. But I think Sir Anthony Dominguez was a huge hit to their rotation. And I don't even know why they didn't keep him around, because it's not like he didn't sign like a crazy. It was a 2-year, $20 million deal with Chicago. I don't understand why they let him walk.
Chicago.
Not the good Chicago team.
Not the good
Sox.
Chicago. With the fucking White Sox. Jesus. Yeah, that says something right there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it was one of those things. So, I don't know, man. They in Alek Manoah. I mean, it was about time that they broke up. But so yeah, that's my thing, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see what happens here. I know you said before the show you were looking at last year's predictions, and I'm sure we had some real winners on those ones, and some that didn't quite hit the mark. So we'll see what happens with this year too.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think we're going to hit some rapid fire now, aren't we?
Rapid fire.
Yep.
If you got anything to say why you picked it, got to be a sentence or less. It's a speed round, Steve. We'll go back and forth. I'll announce it. You'll announce it. Blah, 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 blah.
All right.
Here we go, Steve. Speed round for our predictions. I mean, these are standings. These are, like who's going to win the divisions, who's going to win the, who's going to win it all, the leagues, who's going to World Series matchup. Here we go. Okay. Speed round starts.
Yep.
Clock it.
Let's do
Steve.
it. Yeah.
American League East champs. Who do you got?
Orioles. I just have a hunch.
Yankees. Why not?
Why not? AL Central, Mike. Who are you looking at?
Come on, baby. Tigers.
I also am going with the Tigers because we're the only ones that spent money. Yeah, and we're homers.
We're going. This is going to be the tightest race here. The AL West, Steve. Who do you got?
I'm going Texas. I just have a good feeling about them bouncing back like the players. So I'm going Texas.
I actually like that pick because that's sneaky good. Seattle, though, I'm just low hanging fruit going for it.
Well, let's move to the National League. NL East champs. Mike, who are you looking at?
NL East Phillies.
Okay, I'm going Mets. I talked
it's
about them a lot.
Mets year?
It's the Mets year. I talked about them a lot in my my little prediction there. So I'm sticking with the Mets.
Okay.
Yep.
NL Central might be tight. You think the Pirates are going to be pretty good? Do they have a shot here to win?
No, I'm going with. I said my hot take was a wild card spot.
It was a wild card.
I ain't giving them the fucking division. Give me the Cubs for the NL Central.
Very well played. Low hanging fruit again, Brewers.
Okay. I don't even know why we should ask this one. NL West.
Why? Right? I mean, it's the Dodgers, of course.
Yeah, it's the Dodgers. It's just a matter by how much. All right, because they're gonna be a neutral. They're not gonna put their foot on the gas during the regular season. They'll turn it on the playoffs. So they'll let the other teams play around for a bit and then win the fucking division. Let's move on to from the divisions. Let's look at World Series.
Now, last year, Steve, you had the Mets versus the Orioles. I had the Dodgers versus the Red Sox.
So I went with two turds, huh? All right, great.
Who you got
teams that didn't even sniff the playoffs. Yeah, golly. Call me a homer, but I did pick. I'm going with the Detroit Tigers versus the LA Dodgers, and the Dodgers are going to win.
Hey, if the Tigers do go to the World Series, and say the Tigers miraculously win, even if they just go to the World Series in your prediction here, Is this Justin Verlander's last year?
I think so. I think he rides off here and calls a guy. I mean, he's 42 years old, 43
Yeah.
ain't going to be. I think he came back. This is his, swan song, so to speak. They won't, say it probably unless he announces he's going to retire at the end of this year. But, I think he came back, to bookend his career because this is where he wanted to finish. So, yeah.
I got Seattle versus the Dodgers. It's a very safe pick for me. I got to do safe here.
Okay.
With the Dodgers winning, of course.
But yeah. Dodgers going to win. I mean, it's inevitable at this point.
Yeah.
Let's look at the draft. This is your Christmas right here, so to speak.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at top pick in the draft? Who are the White Sox going to select here?
Right now, it could go a couple different ways. There's no Ethan Holiday. There's no Con Bazana. There's no the main guys. But I think Rock Cholowiski from the shortstop from UCLA. He has he's a very toolsy guy, hits for power, can hit for average, a very good shortstop, kind of a Colson Montgomery feel to him. I feel like he's going to go number one to the Chi Sox. What do you got?
Well, like I said, this is your bread and butter here, so I had to do a little research. I'm going to go with Von Lackey, catcher out of Georgia Tech. I guess if there's anyone that could take Chulesky's spot as the top spot, this could potentially be the guy. Could potentially be a great catcher here. So I'm going Von Lackey for Georgia Tech. Yeah,
I'll be looking for catcher, him being the top catcher this year. At least the top catcher chosen because he's very, very good. Yeah. Steve, MLB All-Star Game. Who do we got?
The Dodgers are the team to beat in the National League, but I'm going to go with the American League for the All-Star Game, though. I think they have way too much more talent than the National League, so give me the AL.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
You going the same?
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. American League. I mean, you and I have always said the American League has been dominant in there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just makes a lot of sense.
Makes the most sense, right?
Yeah.
Let's go AL Cy Young. Who are you looking at for the American League this year?
AL Cy Young, I'm going to go with somebody that he had good consideration last year, but I think this could be his year. It's really hard to three-peat as a Cy Young for Scooble, but I think Garrett Crochet takes it for Boston. He's one of the lone bright spots in that pitching staff. Good pitching. They have actually pretty decent pitching. Steve, who do you got for your Cy Young?
Here in the I'm going for the hat trick. I'm going with Tarek Skubal because I'm a homer. There you go.
The instant Hall of Famer if he gets a hat,
dude,
for sure.
Dude. Yeah, he'll definitely be quote unquote worthy of his $300 million or whatever that he wants.
Yeah,
if he wins 3 straight Cy Youngs. Yeah.
NL Cy Young, Steve. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go against the grain here. I talked about in headlines how Paul Skeens going for back to back. I'm going to go with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. For the Dodgers here. He was, turning it up here last season. I think he's going to parlay it into a really good year this year, being right at the top of that staff. So give me Yamamoto for my NL Cy Young. Who are you thinking?
Yeah, maybe Yamamoto's a great pick, dude. Thanks. But I'm going to ride low-hanging fruit again, Paul Skeens. Going for his second Cy Young.
Don't blame me there, man. AL Rookie of the Year. Mike, what say you? What are you thinking?
I don't love this Rookie of the Year for the AL just because I don't even know if it's a safe pick, but I want to take Jack Caglione just because I've been going off of market movers and just the risers, and a lot of people think this guy could be like a Nick Kurtz ascension, right? Yeah. For technically his first year, even though he kind of debuted last year. But I'm going to go with Jack for it, from KC.
Yeah, call me a homer again, but I liked what the guy did in the spring, and he was announced that he made the opening day roster. I'm going to go with Kevin McGonigal. I mean, the guy looks like he looks like a major leaguer just from what I've seen, his time in West Michigan and his time, in spring training so far. Yeah. So give me McGonigal for my AL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, his body morphed and he's like this. He's very, very kind of muscular. He has a very like his upper body reminds me of Mike Trout. I mean, just his release, the way where he barrels up the ball and the way the velocity off his bat, very much Mike
he's
Trout.
One of
Not
those
saying
where,
he's going to be Mike Trout, but he has a lot of tools like that.
Yeah, it's like watching them, in West Michigan, how you can just tell this guy looks like he's gonna make it, as opposed to some of the other players that are putzing around West Michigan. He very much had a look where he's head and shoulders above everybody else when he was with the Whitecaps.
And we got him in like late first round, man.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's you.
Okay. NL Rookie of the Year, Steve. Who do you got?
I'm going to stick with Pittsburgh. You're seeing a trend here. I'm going to go with Connor Griffin for the Pirates here. I like this guy. I think he's going to do good things. So give me Connor Griffin with Pittsburgh. How about you?
Yeah. He probably won't start with Pittsburgh, but he'll, because they want to keep that service,
Yeah. Which I'm surprised the Tigers didn't do that with McGonigal. I would have been, it would have been a Tiger thing to do to have him go sit in Toledo for a month so that they get the extra year service. So I was actually a little surprised that they said, fuck it, he's coming in with us opening.
But that was a huge sign that they're probably going to give him an extension right now, and
Cold
it's going to
style.
be. Which is, I love, this is how teams do it, so they don't have to pay huge down the road. Is just, give them a big contract now, which will be like 5 years, $80 million. Which for a kid, they'll take it because they want the money now.
For sure.
So,
smart move.
Norman McLean for me. To me, I feel like he's very Tom Seaver-esque, and also got him on my fantasy team, so everybody wins.
So everybody wins right there, right? Well, let's move back to the American League. Manager of the Year. Mike, who are you thinking for AL Manager of the Year?
I don't know if I want this guy anymore.
You
but...
cancel it?
No. I'm going to go with Craig Albanese from Baltimore. New guy in there. Let's see how the youth responds to him. Everybody loves a good story, so we'll see. We'll see if Craig can do it.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna skip on Craig and go with Skip Shoemaker for the Texas Rangers. Nice. I think. I talked a lot about Texas. I think they have a good shot at winning the AL West. So give me Skip Shoemaker for the Rangers.
Moving over to the NL Manager of the Year, who you got? I like this.
I'm going with my daddy. I'm gonna go with Don Kelly.
Fuck yeah,
Pittsburgh
dude.
Pirates. Yeah, Donnie Kelly, baby. He's my NL Manager of the Year. How about you?
I want to go with Don, but I feel like the Giants are just a step ahead of them in the rebuild. Tony Vitello, Tennessee legend, manager legend. I think he's a Buster Posey guy. Buster Posey's first guy, hopefully only guy. And it's a lot of interviews. The guy, you can tell players are going to really take well to him. So I go with Tony Vitello.
Yeah, I'm curious. He's going right from college to the pros here. How that's going to translate. So it's going to be fun to see. Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's move to the American League. Here's the big hardware here. AL MVP, Mike. What say you?
I'm not going to overthink it. Bobby Witt Jr.
I agree with you on that one. I'm also going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. I know Aaron Judge has top odds right now, but Bobby Witt's nipping on his heels, so give me Bobby Witt Jr. as well.
If Aaron Judge wins another one, wow. Just incredible, right? But
the Judge-Otani combo for MVPs this past handful of years, that'd be fucking crazy.
Just leading the 2020s. But Bobby Witt, it's his time, man. It's his time. Moving over to final award, final prediction. Before we head over to Fantasy Factory, Steve, who is your NL MVP of 2026?
Otani or bust, baby. He's going to get that fourth one in a row. Get in that Bonds territory. Give me Shohei Otani.
Same. We're watching something special. If they can three-peat and win
he gets
the MVP,
now
you're hoping he gets a Cy Young one day.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, 3 straight MVPs with the Dodgers and 3 straight World Series. Fuck. And then meanwhile, the Angels are probably just crying in the corner, just like, what the fuck?
Masturbating at other teams' success.
Totally. So that's our prediction show. Well, it's in the books. We'll see what happens here, and let's bring it back. You ready to let's head on over to the Fantasy Factory.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we had our draft. You have a beef with me, fantasy style. So,
all right,
I'll give you your soapbox here as we recap our draft.
I just don't understand this move. The move was okay. I see it from both. I'm a diplomatic man. Like, I understand why you took him because there was a run on shortstops, but he was pretty far down the list. And it was like, I think it was the 4th or 3rd round. And he took Mookie Betts, guys. He took my boy. Like, Casey Stengel had Yogi Berra, Mookie Betts, Eric or my guys. Had to go for Arenado in the last round.
I saw that.
Mookie Betts, I thought would last at least till the 4th or 5th. Did not happen. You took him. At first, I forgot that you were drafting
next to you.
Yeah. So when it took, I was like, and you know how you click on the player, and it shows
you put him in the queue and stuff. Yeah,
and all of a sudden, bling, the bling. I'm up. I'm like Mookie. I'm like, wait, the draft button's I look like that motherfucker. I'm with my dad, my brother. We had the draft night at my house. Big fucking thing. We should do something next year, by the way, if you coming up, and it'd be
that'd be dope.
Draft.
Yeah,
it'd be so fun.
We
had a lot of fun. And he goes, "What happened?" Because I was drafting right here, and they were in the next room. I'm like, Steve took my guy.
I broke the unwritten rule right there. I think
that was
Mookie Betts is Mike's.
Oh man! But
I needed a shortstop. What can I say?
But you did come back with Seager 2 rounds later. I want to say.
No, I didn't touch Seager with a 10-foot pole.
You didn't? Maybe it was somebody else.
No, somebody
Seager.
else.
I thought you grabbed Seager.
I think I had Seager before, and that fucker can't stay healthy. So
he can't.
I did not go with Seager, but the trade market's open if you're looking to deal. I mean, Mookie might already be available. So
yeah. Well, but it might be one of those things where he just needs to be a god. Because remember, I didn't do great with it. I mean, I had him the last 2 years.
Need
he's
a
been pretty subpar.
fresh piece of scenery here.
Wasn't
there another year where you didn't have him, but then you traded for him?
Yeah, that was Joe. I remember Joe had him, and Joe was last place. It wasn't going around. I'm like, Joe, Mookie's screaming to get off that team right now.
Yeah, he's just telling you, man, just let me go. I need a better shot at this. Just let it happen.
Yeah, it was the 2019 shit. So I
you're looking at your trophies right there. That's a flex move. All right,
hell yeah,
I see it. But how you feeling about the team?
I like it. I don't mind it. The Bo Bichette, solid shortstop.
Yeah.
I waited a little long to grab my first baseman. I got Jack Caglione. I feel like I could have did a little better. But you know what I did different this year, Steve, than different in seasons past?
Trusted
I went
AI.
with pitchers pretty early.
You did. I noticed
and
that.
Normally I don't. But I last year, I got off to such a bad start because my pitching was bad. I said, fuck it. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to do pitching first round. I don't have that. Like where I drafted, I could have took Paul Skeens, but I'm like, no, I'm going to go Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, you were shocked that I didn't take Skubal because I was drafting 5th.
I was really shocked you didn't take Skubal. And you went. Who was your first round pick?
Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that, to be honest. I thought you were going to go Skeens or Skubal there.
I couldn't because of all the times that you and I talked about. I can't see using a first-round pick on a person that only pitches every 5 days or plays every 5 days.
Yeah, man.
I had to go for an everyday player.
It doesn't impact you.
I liked your first-round pick with Sneaky Good with Ronald Acuna Jr.
I reached, but I thought it was a good reach.
Back. I think I reached a few times on mine on some of my picks as well. Where,
but we know.
But Yahoo recommends you should do this. These people in this one, I'm like, fuck you, Yahoo. I'm going to go with a totally different move.
But like you and I, we've been playing this for so long that we know like those projections really don't mean shit.
Really don't mean shit.
And it's kind of like the guys that we've been following and talking about. Like we kind of know. Yeah. Like, okay, I mean, you've never just went with like, okay, this guy says I should take him. You never done that.
I'm going with that guy because
you'll go for who you feel is the best, which obviously proves successful because you make postseason a lot. So,
yeah, I haven't won in a long time though. So it's been since
you and I we got
2020, I think.
League.
20. Yeah, it's been. I'm on like a 6-year drought here, so it's been a while since I won. So
it's been tough, man. It's been tough.
It has been.
Which leads me to a question from John Taylor from Lansing, Michigan. John, thank you so much for sending the question. I've been holding on to it for a little bit now. He asked, "Is Steve married?" No. He asked, "Who?" He asked, "Who are for sure bets in the first round when drafting this year? Like, who's like the guy like this guy's gonna play amazing? Like, no matter what, he's not gonna be a bust."
I would go with our top 2. I mean, the top 2 people I believe got drafted. It's Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. I think you're guaranteed great years from those guys, especially Shohei Ohtani. I mean, we're watching a guy who's a generational talent here. He's that good. Another one would be a guy we talked about, our potential MVP pick for the American League, Bobby Witt Jr. I think that's a surefire pick. There's no real regression in this guy. He keeps going up and up. So those are 3 just right off the bat that I would say. If you want to go pitching, you could go. Paul Skeens would be. I think he's a can't miss just because
Yeah, I agree.
he's not showing any signs of regressing either. I mean, first 2 years, rookie of the year, and Cy Young in those first 2 years. So those are just a handful of players that I'm looking at that you pick those guys, you ain't gonna get a bust like I did with Trey Turner.
Yeah. Well, we've had some busts. Ronald Acuna in the first before.
Yep, coming off his 70 plus
Mookie.
stolen base season. Yeah.
Tough, man.
Even to an extent, sometimes Aaron Judge is up there. I think he had a regress where he was injured for like half the year or something a few years back, where he was a first round pick and then he ended up missing half the season. So it can happen. Sucks when you waste a first round pick like that. Especially if you're on that top end, you pick this guy thinking this is going to be your big one, and then it takes a dump. One that I'm nervous about though for myself is in the second round, I did choose Nick Kurtz as my first baseman, so I'm a little nervous about Nick Kurtz here, because he was kind of up and down for a bit. So shaping up to hopefully be good, but he hasn't put together that solid full season yet. He's coming on I'm just nervous about a sophomore slump with him. So
that's a hook right there, man. I'm so glad you mentioned that. He was right there when I was picking, and I could have taken him, but the reason I was scared, like I was like, man, that's the turning point of my draft. I was like, I'm going pitcher. Like I'm gonna go Yamamoto. Do it now.
He's smart.
But with Nick Kurtz, I wanted him, but I got scared. I was like, dude, that sophomore slump is real, and people think, in the offseason, these teams are gathering all the footage and they're finding out how to pitch to these guys.
Yep.
And we've seen, how many times have we seen second-year players fall off? And I'm not saying Nick Kurtz has star potential.
Yeah.
But we don't want to get to that point where it's like, holy fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to risk it on a second-year player. I was like, but it could prove dividends for you. I mean, you could be like, fuck yeah, dude, I got the next Trout, fucking Ohtani rolled into one here,
Oh God, I wish. I mean, I'm a little concerned about my pitching though. I also didn't wait, but a lot of people didn't wait, if you noticed, for pitchers this year. So even when it got time for when I was ready to start going for pitchers, I was like, oh, I'm gonna, I think I only have one quote unquote ace of a staff. So
yeah.
I
feel like everybody did it. They like grabbed one position and then there was like a run on that position.
Dude, it was run. I think I started the run on catchers when I went for. Someone took Big Dumper, and I was like, "Oh crap, people are going to start taking catchers."
Oh, I thought you were the one that started with.
Yeah, and I was like, "All right, I'll take Langlier." Yeah, and then it continued, and everyone else was like, "Oh shit, we better get some catchers in here."
Yeah, yeah, because I was one of them too. I was like, "Oh fuck, the catchers are going," because I was looking at Langlier's. I was like, "Oh, Contreras is still there. Fucking grab him."
Go. Because that's one thing, though. There's like a handful, like 4 or 5 catchers that are going to produce offensively for you, and then other than that, they're major pieces of shit. Unless you can catch a young up and comer that you don't know what's going to happen with them.
I thought my dad had pretty good value with Drake Baldwin. He lasted pretty deep, and they're talking about a reigning rookie of the year.
Yep,
like, damn, grab him, Dad.
Yeah, smart pick on it. I thought your dad did a good draft in general.
I thought so too.
I can tell he did his research there. So
yeah, he was jacked, man.
Yeah, I bet. But great question. Keep coming. I love that Fantasy Factory is back. We obviously didn't do the free agents right now because we're in week 0, so to speak. So it's people are just coming off the draft. But I'm feeling some starter sit. Right? Is it time for that?
Yeah, some starter sit, Steve. First of the year. You ready to test it? See if you're
I'm ready.
Pick up where you left off.
Let's see. Let's cue the music. Let's do this.
All right. Freddie Freeman or Matt Olson? Who we starting?
Freddie Freeman. Josh
Naylor or Rafael Devers? Who's starting? Who's sitting?
Josh Naylor.
Sorry, Devers. Jackson Holiday.
Look next time.
Or Nico Horner?
Nico Horner.
I think Jackson Holiday's overrated.
Yeah, I do too.
Junior Caminero or Jose Ramirez?
I'm going to go Jose Ramirez.
Garrett Mitchell or Jordan Beck?
Garrett Mitchell.
Andy Pagas or Cody Bellinger?
It's a hell of a pick when you got Pagas because I was looking at him right around the time that you were. So give me Pagas.
Yeah. I had to fill out that outfield. Seiya Suzuki or Riley Green?
Riley Green.
Yeah, no brainer. Yeah. William Contreras or Hunter Goodman? This is a tough one. Catcher.
This is a tough one. Contreras.
Bobby Witt Jr. or Gunnar Henderson?
Bobby Witt.
Gleyber Torres or Ketel Marte?
Ketel Marte.
Jack Caglione. Oh, we talked about him a lot this show.
He's
Or
going.
Nick Kurtz, first base.
I'm going to go Nick Kurtz.
Andres Jimenez or Willie Adames, shortstop.
Willie Adames.
Mookie Betts or Jacob Wilson, short.
I'll go with my man, Mookie Betts.
Hell yeah. Kyle Schwarber or Jordan Alvarez, DH, utility.
I'm going to be Schwartz.
Better with that fucking contract he signed, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Your catcher, Shea Langeliers or Will Smith.
Not the black one.
Not the black one.
Give me Langoliers.
Yeah, good pick. Yandy Diaz or Christian Walker, first base.
Diaz.
You know, Christian Walker actually had a sneaky good season. I looked at his stats. I was
Yeah.
like, God damn, when did he hit 20-something home runs? When did that come?
It was a shocker for me, too, when I was looking at that. It clutched my pearls.
This is a competition of the glass joints.
I was gonna
Ozzy
say.
Albies or Marcus Simeon.
It's a battle of the injuries here, huh? God, Ozzy Albies.
Eloy Ramos or Victor Scott.
Victor Scott.
Jazz Chisholm or Luke Keyshaw.
Jazz Chisholm.
Jordan Westberg or Alec Baum, third base.
Jordan Westberg.
And he got last but not least, a big fucking battle of titans here. Aaron Judge or Juan Soto, former teammate.
Give me Aaron Judge.
Who do we got for? Well,
No waiver wire yet.
No waiver wire. Oh, I was right. That's right. I was like,
Yeah.
this is something there. No waiver wire.
Yeah,
That's right.
it'll be in next week because we haven't
Yeah.
played any games yet, so there's really not anyone catching fire yet. So
Yeah, you totally. You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
Well, shit, Steve. What do you say?
I say let's head on over to. Shall we head on over to Collection Corner?
You said it and you asked it.
Uh-huh.
Smart. Let's
That's
go.
right. I'm going to answer my own question. Hell yeah, we're going. Yeah. Ready to ride the next big hobby wave? Market Movers puts the entire sport card and TCG market right in your hands. With pricing on over 7 million cards powered by real sales data from every major marketplace, including eBay, Fanatics Collect, Golden, Heritage, and more. Track your collection on mobile or desktop and instantly see value and P&L by sport, year, player, set, or grade. Compare any cards side by side, monitor live price swings to spot trends early, uncover underpriced deals, and set custom alerts so you never miss a move. With Market Movers, you turn market data into smarter buys, bigger profits, and a stronger collection. Sign up today and try it risk-free for 14 days. And get 20% off for life with promo code GONE20 at marketmoversapp.com. And a special bonus. In April, we're giving away a hobby box of 2025 Topps Stadium Club. To enter, sign up using promo code GONE20. We'll compile entries from the end of February through the beginning of April and announce the winner during our April Hobby Huddle segment. Market Movers. Make every card count. Well, Mike, I think you're going to be able to pick out the guy that I picked. So,
okay.
But it is a recent guy. I did not go Hall of Famer this time. So,
okay.
It's a guy who I really think is going to have a bounce back and a really good season. He was drafted in the first round, 4th overall of the 2023 MLB draft.
Wow.
And he had a $8 million signing bonus, and moved down and quickly worked his way through the minor leagues, and then made the opening day roster for the Texas Rangers here in 2024. And can you believe it that his first home run was an inside the park home run against the Cincinnati Reds? It's hard to believe. And he also hit his first career grand slam in 2024, and also hit for the cycle. So 2024 was a nice year for him. Kind of hit a bit of a regression up and down there in 2025. But obviously spent his entire career so far here with the Texas Rangers. Here's his career stats through the 2025 season. He's hitting 247, 36 home runs, 136 runs batted in, 41 stolen bases in his career. And, I think he's going to lead the resurgence here in the outfield of the Texas Rangers and hopefully get them back in the playoffs Any idea? You want some more?
I think I do, but did you
clues?
say he was first round?
He was a first round? Yeah, he was a first round, 4th overall selection in 2023.
I totally heard it wrong. I was like, 4th round? Who the fuck they get in the 4th round?
Yeah, totally.
So you're talking Wyatt Langford?
I am talking Wyatt Langford.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
So, card I went with on Market Movers here is a card that I recently acquired in some of my Stadium Club polls. I've been getting a lot of fat packs of Stadium Club here recently, and it's that dope looking the Savage hitters inserts that they had. I think you had one of Aaron Judge. I went with the Wyatt Langford one that I have in my collection, and definitely looks very Jurassic Park-esque. And currently, it's going for about $1.50.
Nice.
That's my pick for the week.
You'll totally get this guy. We've already talked about him in the show a lot. I'll rattle off some stats real quick.
Sure.
290 batting average, 291 career home runs, 1,166 runs. Probably will get 1,000 RBIs this year. He's an MVP, 4-time World Series champion, 4 times. Which is crazy. 7-time Silver Slugger, 8-time All-Star, 6-time Gold Glove winner. Probably a future Hall of Famer, even though the stats needs to hit some of those benchmarks. But he's only 32, so got a lot of time left. His main sport is bowling, even though he plays baseball.
Okay.
I think he's one of the better outfielders.
I figured it out, I think. Is it the guy that I stole from you in the drafts? Is it Mookie Betts?
I can't let it go, but it is. Yeah.
It is. All right. Cool.
Mookie Betts, the card I just got not too long ago is 2022 Panini Dunross Marvels, which I'll have the picture on the screen, but also I don't know if you can see it.
That's a dope looking card.
Yeah, I fucking love this card, man. Going at like $50. I mean, $50 right now is a prime for it in great condition. So that is my pick of the week.
Wow. All right. Well, shall we get the candles out and celebrate a birthday?
Let's fucking do it.
All right. Looking online at this guy, one of my favorite cards, just going through a search, would be his 1940 play ball number 179. And that's none other than George Sisler. Not Sizzler. Yep. So it's a happy heavenly birthday to St. Louis Browns great and Hall of Famer George Sisler, born on March the 24th of 1893. 340 career batting average, 2,812 hits, 102 career home runs, 1,178 runs batted in. Managerial record, kind of sucks. 218 wins to 241 losses. He, as a player, played for the St. Louis Browns from 1915 to 1922, and then 1924 to 1927. Washington Senators again in 1928, and then Boston Braves to round out his career 1928 to 1930. He was a manager of the St. Louis Browns from 1924 to 1926. AL MVP in 1922, a 2-time American League batting champion, a 4-time AL stolen base leader. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1939, actually on his 4th ballot. So, there's the, original class that came in. He was actually one of the first people inducted when they opened the, open voting up for the Hall of Fame. So, so he's one of the first people there. So that's pretty cool, trivia on it. But a little more trivia on George Sisler. So he finished his career with a 340 batting average, and he was the only AL player besides Ty Cobb to hit over 400 twice in his career. So there you go.
I did a little quick Google search. I didn't know he played for the University of Michigan. Pretty cool.
I didn't know that either.
That's where he
Michigan
ball.
Man, huh? All right, cool.
Not bad.
Good Sisler. All right. Yeah.
Good Sisler.
Yeah. Dope.
Well,
say happy birthday to him.
Yeah, happy birthday, you hitting son of a bitch.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a fucking show, dude.
I need a nap after that one. Man,
yeah, dude. Holy man, that's we don't have jam-packed shows too often like this where it's just nonstop predictions, previews.
Go.
Always fun. But shit, next week we'll have an interview.
Yep.
What else? We got the season's kicking off.
Season will kick off. We'll start looking at a week's worth of games here. So it'll be fun to digest. We'll if we're Tiger fans, as Tiger fans, they open on the road with the Padres and Diamondbacks. So anything like us, like we talked about earlier, if we get off to a slow start, we'll probably be getting ready to hang ourselves. So it'll be great.
That's Tiger fans.
Or if we start out great, we're going to say World Series bound and picking up steam. Here we go.
Look out.
Look out. Count us out.
And with that, guys, have a great week, and we'll catch you guys all next week. Happy opening day.
Deuces.